Happy Friday! What up, y'all? It's Friday, February 6th. It is 7:20 p.m. Eastern. I'm late. I'm an hour and 20 late. Actually, I had one of the best and maybe most important conversations in my life. So, um, it's just what it is. Sometimes you got to be late. Better late than never, as they say. So I appreciate anybody who stuck around and is willing to be a little gracious with my timeline. You are appreciated. Y'all, it's every day has just been an adventure. That's why I launched this, the Daily Sigh. I'm hoping that I take some of the pressure off and make you feel a little bit better about trying to stay caught up. If you're an entrepreneur trying to keep up with what actually matters, this is for you. I go live every single business day, usually at 6 p.m. Eastern. And to the best of my ability, I give you something that matters in the everything that matters in the entrepreneurial world across business, AI, markets, platforms, and policy, all in 15 minutes or less. If we haven't met, my name is Qasim. I'm a welfare baby turned self-made multimillionaire, and I help entrepreneurs who already have a real business, that's you, but want clearer steps, better tools, and smarter ways to grow in a post-AI world. All of my content is and always will be free. My goal in life is to help you achieve your definition of freedom. You can get this, the Daily Sigh, delivered to your inbox directly by going to dailysigh.ai. Let's dive in, shall we? Couple of interesting. Well, I'll just. Why don't I just read? Why don't I just do my job? Morning Brew. Amazon projects $200 billion AI infrastructure spend. Interestingly, this nailed their stock. 10% stock drop despite beating revenue expectations. And I think it's just the sheer scale of the investment spooking investors. I think it's really Morning Brew that thinks. Amazon's infrastructure investment for AI chips and data centers is going to be a $200 billion investment on top of $50 billion offer to invest in OpenAI within an attempt to defend its competitive position, which makes a lot of sense because Amazon's lagging behind, which is weird because they were among the first to market. It was really Amazon and Apple with Alexa and Siri, and both Alexa and Siri are abortions. They're just horrible. They're terrible, abysmal attempts and embarrassing given how big those companies are. And they've done nothing to stay up to date. So God bless them. This is a compute arms race. And I think Amazon's doing everything that they can to stay in the game. Interesting to me that they're not doing what Zuckerberg's doing, which is headhunting and poaching. Another article from Entrepreneur, the fractional CFO trap for startups. Entrepreneur says that hiring a fractional CFO too early often leads to expensive senior talent performing basic data cleanup in chaotic environments. I do not disagree with this, by the way. I think most businesses do not need a C-suite. If you're sub 20 employees, you don't need a C-suite. You need people doing stuff. C-suite is for when you get bigger. God bless you if you're in the C-suite of a sub 20 employee company. I'm not trying to throw barbs your way. It just is what it is. It's my opinion. You can't fault me for my opinion. You can disagree. You can hit me in the comments. I love you. I mean it. I'll keep going. Real ROI for senior finance help only emerges when companies reach specific inflection points. Again, according to Entrepreneur. I thought this article was really, really important. So if you have an opportunity, go check that one out. An article from Anthropic. Anthropic releases Claude Opus 4.6 with multi-agent teams. So exciting. If you're not playing with Claude Cowork, y'all, it is amazing. You download it to your desktop and it just does stuff like an employee, like a miracle, like a magic miracle. And I think it's an indication of really what's to come from an agentic perspective. I have not downloaded that. I forget what we're calling it now. They've changed the name 3 damn times. Moltbot, Claudebot. What is it? OpenClaw now. So OpenClaw is supposed to be something like this on steroids, but I don't trust the security ecosystem or infrastructure yet. So I'm not playing with it. I'd recommend you not do that either unless you really, really, really know what you're talking about. Back to the Anthropic story. This new multi-agent team capability allow for parallel task handling, something that's been missing up until this point, enabling Claude to automate multi-step processes like financial modeling. Speaking to our prior article. The 1 million token context window significantly boosts productivity for SaaS operators facing margin pressures. This release counters OpenAI's new GPT 5.3 codex, which focuses on end-to-end developer workflows and reduce headcount costs. Y'all, OpenAI is getting left in the dust. Claude, better than OpenAI. Gemini, better than OpenAI by far. And watch OpenAI come back because that seems to be what's happening now. It's a race and it's hard to see who's winning. We are moving from chat to agents as the primary AI interface for business operations and sales. If you're not using agents, get on board because it's going to help. Another article from Morning Brew, SBA restricts loan access to U.S. citizens only. Talked about this a little bit yesterday. I think this is pertinent for small business owners because you're going to see the ecosystem change, I think, pretty significantly. A move like this tightens liquidity in some important areas. And if you are a U.S. citizen in the U.S., maybe it's time to go look at SBA loans because these SBA approved banks, they have to deploy or they really want to. So I bet you're going to find a little bit of loosening liquidity. Some backup stories. Generative AI is reshaping supply chains. This is super cool. This is a story that comes from Inc. The report confirms generative AI is driving measurable profit gains through better forecasting and inventory management. If you are in a supply chain business, this is really worth checking out. From the Morning Brew, January layoffs hit the highest level since 2009. Oh my goodness. U.S. companies cut over 108,000 jobs last month, representing a 118% increase year over year. There are concerns that executives may be using AI as an excuse to mask internal issues, a phenomenon known as AI washing, basically blaming AI when really they're getting rid of people for other reasons, more nefarious reasons. Microsoft AI Quick Start for SMEs, a new program aimed at helping 1,000 SMEs implement AI solutions with capped project costs of $20,000. This initiative lowers the risk barrier for growth stage businesses to adopt automation tools for customer agreement. If you think that's you, go check it out. Bitcoin drops 10% amid market turbulence. Bitcoin dropped all the way to $60,000.01. So funny because I have a text message from Perry Belcher. I said, where do you think the bottom is? He said, maybe 60. And it was 60,000 and a penny. Sorry, buddy. Can't be right all the time. I love you. It is now rebounded. Last I checked, it was at 70. And it is still really interesting. It'll be more interesting to see what institutional buyers do. Most specifically, Sailor. Where are we now? Where are you, Bitcoin? Yeah, $70,309. I'm a believer. Can't shake me off that tree. And I know that there's going to be a lot of ups and downs along the way. Osmo raises $70 million for digital scent AI. This is interesting to me because we've hit voice, we've hit chat, we've hit video. Why not smell? This AI technology that digitizes scent for product development. I think the thing that would be most interesting for scent isn't fragrances or food. I think it's toxicity. Imagine an AI tool that really could identify toxic environments. I think that'd be amazing. I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but it could be. If you didn't hear, I made an announcement myself today. AEO.co is merging into Smart Marketer's suite of services. I'm so excited to be joining Ezra Firestone, Molly Pittman, John Pep, the whole team at Smart Marketer to bring you AEO-driven services. If you don't know what AEO is, it stands for Answer Engine Optimization. And if you want to learn how to be the answer, hit us up because we're about to roll out what I think is the best and most effectively data-backed AEO service that exists. And this was your Daily Sigh. Great big deep breath in. Let it out. No, I'm caught up. I did it. I hope you have a great Friday. Hope you have a phenomenal weekend. If you want the Daily Sigh delivered to your inbox, don't forget, you can go to dailysigh.ai. Otherwise, I go live every single weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern, or I try. And if you were here and showed up live, I see Adam. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. That Ram guy, Barbie, Jack. Thank you all for watching. I also see, let's go over to, is that Jason Swank, the man, the myth, the legend? Hannah, the Good News Marketing. George. Leandra, I was just texting you. Alex, C. Nassif, MJ of Everything, J. Swank, H2 Express, Young. H2 Express says, love you always. I started a dumpster rental company because of you. Hey, I'm so glad to hear that, man. I'm a middleman, made $1,200 last month and hoping to scale it. Dude, that's awesome. I'm trying to buy a septic company. So I'm going very, very, very analog. My thesis is this. I want to buy companies that are ultra analog, require literally nothing in the digital realm, but can be digitized and have heavy equipment requirements. Because 108,000 people were laid off last month. Y'all, this is the best time in the world to be an entrepreneur. It's the worst time to be an employee. Here's what all these employees are going to do. Every single one of those employees, every white collar employee has a 401k they've been maxing out their entire career. You can borrow against those 401ks in order to buy businesses. They're all going to buy franchises and small businesses. And you do not want to be in the business that is easily accessible to that type of avatar because they're going to flood the ecosystem with whatever that ends up being. You don't want to be in the type of business somebody could open overnight after visiting Home Depot. So that would be like painter, handyman type of, lawn care. Go get into businesses like H2 Express, Dumpster rental would be great. Anything with infrastructure requirements. I think those are going to be solid businesses, at least for the short term. And then we'll just all be on UBI, doing only what we want to do, loving life, living the dream, hopefully. Duncan's here. What up, Duncan? Sorry again that I was late, y'all. I'm going to aim for 6 p.m. Eastern. And it was a prerequisite. Talk to a guy who's a literal pioneer in a space that's, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet. But a true genius. He was a blessing, and I don't know. I think he's going to change the world. And I'm going to watch him do it. I hope you feel the same way about you. If nobody's told you this today, you are of extreme importance. You're a splinter of God. You really can make an impact that would be difficult to measure, hyperbolize. I'm so excited and grateful that you exist, and I can't wait to see what you do. So I love you. I mean it. I'll see you Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Peace.